Manny Pacquiao at the age 46 is coming back. And look at this, man. He still got the speed and power combinations. He will be fighting Mario Barrios, a Mexican warrior, in Las.
Robert, what do you make of that face-off? You see the height difference is very visible, right?
It's insane, man. Insane. You know, I think it's gonna be a badass card, bro. Can't wait for this card.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a great card. Great card. Insane card.
Manny's used to fighting bigger guys his entire career, but this time he's 46.
46, bro.
It's dangerous.
Man, can't help it, but wish him well, man. You know, he's a great person.
Yeah.
Great person, great heart. But it's gonna be a.
Terence Crawford has now joined Manny Pacquiao's training camp as the Filipino icon gets ready to take on Mario Barrios for the WBC welterweight world title on July 19th. For many fans, seeing these two legendary fighters working together is a big moment. They were once possible opponents. Now they're teammates, learning from each other and getting sharper for two huge fights. Pacquiao is going after one last big win, possibly the final big bout of his career. Meanwhile, Crawford is stepping up to super middleweight to challenge the top-ranked Canelo Alvarez. Their paths may be different, but their dedication and drive are clearly the same.
July 19th, what is going to happen?
July 19th is going to be a good fight between Mario Barrios. It's going to be a lot of action, and I'm sure, guaranteed that the fans will be happy.
Do you think he's ready for this, Manny? Because I just saw him out there and he was like, oh. I told him July 19th it's going to be like this times 10. You think so?
Definitely.
All right, take care.
Pacquiao landed in Los Angeles earlier this month and began training at the Wildcard Boxing Club with Freddie Roach, his trusted coach since 2001. It feels like a return to where it all began. He's sticking to his old routine, running up mountain roads at sunrise, hitting mitts hard in the afternoons, and feeding off the energy of young fighters who crowd the gym just to watch him work.
I mean, at the end, it's kill or be killed. You know, I know, like if he has been hurt at any point, he's gonna be the same way. Like I said, it's just my job, just to work on everything. Me and my team have been, training and drilling, these last couple weeks, and finish off these next 6, as best as we can, so I could go under come fight night and still retain the title.
And now Crawford has joined the scene. The unbeaten fighter from Omaha is fully focused on his own journey, getting ready for his September 13th showdown with Canelo Alvarez, a bout that will have him move up 2 entire weight classes. While 46-year-old Pacquiao is chasing one last shot at glory, 37-year-old Crawford is entering the toughest challenge of his career.
It's from God, and the fire, the determination, eagerness to train hard, to work hard. Even now, I'm enjoying working out hard, like running the mountain, working out in the afternoon, like amazing. Not all the fighters has this feelings. This is favor, blessings from God, I believe, and the strength.
They're both going after goals that seem just beyond their grasp, and maybe that's what connected them. They've been sharing tips, training side by side, studying fight footage, and picking up on each other's routines. There's a calm understanding between them. No ego, just a shared hunger to learn. Crawford has openly backed Pacquiao, saying he thinks people are counting him out too soon. He told Sporting News Australia that Mario Barrios is a solid matchup for Pacquiao and that, at this stage, it's a 50-50 fight. Crawford knows how tough it is to keep up in boxing as you get older, how even the smallest dip in reflexes or the strain of daily training can take its toll. But he also sees the threat in someone like Pacquiao, who has found his fire again and still has the kind of hunger that sets legends apart.
I went the first time, so the card from start to finish, it's gonna be fireworks. But I think no doubt, me and Pacquiao, we're gonna put the seal on it, and yeah, man, it's July 19th. It's gonna be.
Barrios is 16 years younger, faster, has longer reach, and has stayed active while Pacquiao has been out of the pro ring since losing on points to Yadinis Ugas in 2021. Since then, Pacquiao only stepped in for 2 exhibition fights, once against DKU and once against Rukia Ampo. Neither fight answered the big question: how much fight does he still have left? But Pacquiao isn't focused on proving anything. He's training hard like it's 2008 again, pushing himself far beyond what most fighters close to 50 would try.
Manny Pacquiao getting back in the ring again for a world title fight.
Well, obviously, it definitely has to do with money. 1, 2. I think Manny Pacquiao, I think his C game is a lot better than anybody, a lot of guys' A game, even with the age. But you have to take into account the last time he stepped foot in that ring, man, against Ugas. You know, he didn't look good. He was outmatched by, a fighter, a younger fighter. Barrios is no slouch.
This fight feels like the Margarito or De La Hoya matchups, Pacquiao told Fox Sports Australia, referring to past fights where he overcame taller opponents. He's taller than me, so I can't take it easy. I have to train hard, focus on speed, power, stamina, everything like before, he said. Nothing about his attitude shows he's after a goodbye fight. He wants to win, become world champion again, and break the record he set in 2019 when, at 40, he beat Keith Thurman to win the WBA welterweight title.
You saw the boxing like, woo, woo.
The speed is still there. Woo!
For Crawford, this partnership is more than just support. It's about learning deeply. Pacquiao has faced Canelo before, even if not directly against Crawford, so he understands how Mexican fighters work, their pressure, body attacks, and how they switch stances during combinations. When asked about Crawford's chances, Pacquiao was clear. My advice to Crawford is to focus on speed, style, and strength. Simple words, but coming from Pacquiao, they carry weight. That blend of speed and trickery is what made Pacquiao a legend. Crawford already knows timing and adapting well, but now he's learning how to use movement as a powerful weapon with relentless focus.
Is there a part of you that feels like he's perfectly suited for you, though, as a fighter, to win?
To win, I think I'm faster than him. I'm faster. My movement, my speed is still there. Nothing lost for my speed. I can also develop it. So somebody knows that during my training.
Pacquiao's team has quietly welcomed Crawford's arrival with pride. Freddie Roach, who once believed a fight between Pacquiao and Crawford was bound to happen, finds it almost surreal to see them training together. But it makes sense. Ideas fly around the gym, and both fighters openly share technical tips. Crawford wants to learn how Pacquiao stays so explosive late in fights, while Pacquiao is curious about how Crawford spots angles that seem to appear out of nowhere. It's a rare openness between two champions, each working on their own path, but sharing pieces of a puzzle neither has fully solved yet.
So Barrios, he gotta have the heart to do what Jake Paul was not willing to do. Jake Paul showed Mike Tyson way too much mercy. He had that old man standing in front of him and he should have knocked his head off. Barrios gotta go in there and just retire Pacquiao. Sometimes these old guys, they need the sport to retire them. And out of respect and out of love, Mario Barrios need to go in there and knock his head off, point blank period. He too old, and what fans don't understand is these legends, these pros, always going to look good on the pad.
Both fighters fully understand the importance of what's ahead. For Crawford, the fight against Canelo will define his legacy. It will do everything for my legacy and my career, he said. He's excited but realistic. Knockouts can happen to anyone, and there's no arrogance in his voice, just clear focus. He's not chasing a knockout, but he's ready if it comes. As he studies, learns, and adds new skills, Crawford watches Pacquiao's dedication. The early morning runs up California hills and the intense discipline. He's seeing more than just tactics. He's witnessing a man giving everything, not out of obligation, but because he truly still wants it.
It's surprising. Obviously, I know Manny very well. You know, he's a true competitor. He's a guy that if you put something in his head, and obviously to create more history, he's a guy that's going to give everything and try his best. That's what Manny. One thing I always learned with Manny is give 110% and try your best no matter what. So yeah, he's going to give it his all. Again, you can't beat Father Time, but Father Time is hard, and it was very hard watching him fight.
Pacquiao's thoughts on Legacy showed just how strong his drive still is. He said, "I'm still enjoying running the mountains. Not every fighter feels this way. It's a blessing because I've been through so many big fights, and I'm still here. I'm back." That same fire that pushed him from humble beginnings to worldwide fame is still burning. Now, it's not just about winning titles. It's about finishing his journey on his own terms. He says becoming world champion again wouldn't be about breaking records, but about giving fans one last special moment, one more surprise.
Kid from San Antonio, did you ever think you'd be fighting a legend like Manny Pacquiao?
Oh, never. Like, I mean, right? Like those are fights you think about in your head as like a dream scenario. But yeah, no, it's crazy. Yeah, like being a brown kid from San Antonio. Now, now facing Manny Pacquiao, defending my title. It's huge. It's huge.
He knows Barrios is putting in serious work too. "I'm the challenger, so I have to push myself harder and train tougher to win," Pacquiao said. Barrios won't back down easily, and Pacquiao respects that. Barrios gave Gervonta Davis a tough fight before moving up, and he's eager to show that beating Yugas wasn't luck. The WBC title is the biggest prize Barrios has ever had, and he won't give it up without a fierce battle.
At 30, he's 46, hasn't fought in 4 years. Like, in your mind, how do you see the fight going? How are you going to beat Manny, or what do you see yourself doing to him?
Yeah, no, I just had to use, all of that, like the, as busy as I've been in my career, the attributes I have, the skill set I have, the youth is on my side. So it's my job just to go in there, use all of that again, just make sure, I still walk out holding that title.
There's something different about Pacquiao these days. Maybe it's the way he's training, or the way he seems genuinely happy in the gym, even when he's tired. Or maybe it's because Crawford is there too, a fighter who understands that every moment matters and that greatness isn't something you keep forever. It has to be earned again every time you step into the ring.
It's 100% disrespectful. This is a clown fight. This is a more clown fight than the Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. This is an outrage. People should be up in arms about this fight. This is so disrespectful. Barrios loses this fight, he should quit boxing. You let Manny Pacquiao, an old dude who stopped boxing, and then you're his first fight back? You are disrespectful as a champ.
Manny Pacquiao has tried to brush off the size difference between him and Mario Barrios, but worries have only grown louder lately. When they met face-to-face for the first time at a promotional event, the height gap was impossible to miss. Barrios, at 6 feet tall, clearly stood over the 5'5" Pacquiao. That sight raised alarms not just among casual fans, but throughout the boxing community. Clips of their meeting quickly went viral, with many people expressing doubt and concern for the 46-year-old Filipino icon.
In tremendous shape, you're ready to fight Barrios tonight and make history, Manny.
Manny, you excited to step into the ring again?
Yes.
What do you think of Barrios? He's a big, strong, he's young, he's 30. You have 16 years on him, Manny.
Don't worry about it.
People weren't just noticing the height difference. They were seeing the whole picture. The reach, the youth, and the power, all seeming to favor Barrios. One viewer said bluntly, "This has to be a health risk. Barrios is younger, fresher, and way too big for Manny Pacquiao." Another wrote, "Isn't anyone nervous for Pac? For some reason, I feel like this great boxer might get hurt. Look how small he is compared to Barrios." These kinds of comments kept pouring in, and they weren't just from trolls or those trying to start drama. Many came from longtime Pacquiao fans who have followed his career closely and know what he can do. One even said, "This looks worse than I imagined. It literally looks like a fighter, and their manager, Pac, looks so old and tiny." These reactions say a lot about the mix of feelings surrounding Pacquiao's return. People admire his bravery, but also worry this fight might not be needed. One commenter asked, "If Pacquiao wants to fight, why not pick someone closer to his size? At his age, this just seems unnecessary." Still, not everyone thinks size will decide the match. A fan argued, even if Barrios and Pacquiao were the same size, Barrios would still outpoint him. As a devoted Pacquiao fan, this mix of hope and concern perfectly captures how many feel about the upcoming fight.
You can't teach speed, you can't teach power. It's God, from God, that's it. You're good. People can work on speed their whole life, they're not gonna be fast.
Since then, Pacquiao has taken part in a few exhibition fights, including one last year where he seemed noticeably slower against Japanese kickboxer Rukia Ampo. That performance left many wondering about his current form, and those doubts haven't faded. In fact, they've only grown. Still, the WBC approved the fight and even placed him as the number 5 contender in the welterweight division. That ranking surprised a lot of people who didn't expect Pacquiao to jump right back into title contention after being away so long.
Manny Pacquiao automatically gets to come out of retirement and fight Mario Barrios for his WBC. Because Manny Pacquiao is going to show up and do his job. Manny Pacquiao thinks about the fans before he thinks about this fight. The business side of boxing, what they're promoting, what they're selling, they know it's going to be 100% guaranteed of entertainment through Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao can outsell anyone.
Pacquiao says he's passed all his medical tests and is in great shape. "I always stay in shape," he said. "When I started training seriously again, I realized I still have the passion and ability." He checked with his doctor, and everything came back perfect. "My medicals were great. I feel good, and I'm ready to go again." His longtime coach, Freddie Roach, is back by his side, aiming to bring back the fast, relentless Pacquiao style that once overwhelmed opponents. Whether he still has that same edge will only be clear once he steps into the ring. In a recent talk with veteran reporter Sean Zittel, Pacquiao admitted that his 4-year break gave his body the rest it needed.
It's surprising. Obviously, I know Manny very well. You know, he's a true competitor. He's a guy that if you put something in his head, and obviously to create more history, he's a guy that's going to give everything and, you know, try his best. That's what Manny, one thing I always learned with Manny is give 110% and try your best no matter what. So yeah, he's going to give it his all. Again, you can't beat Father Time, but Father Time is hard, and it was very hard watching him fight.
Taking a 4-year break was good for my body, Pacquiao said. He started boxing when he was 12 and never stopped until recently. That rest helped him recover. Now, he's back and just as excited as before, ready to train hard and stay dedicated. This mindset shows why he's fighting, not because he has to, but because he truly wants to. What makes this comeback even more interesting is how his last pro fight went. When he lost to Yugas in 2020, Pacquiao later admitted he was distracted by problems with his management team, a situation he's since resolved. Now, he's more focused, calmer, and in control of his career choices.
Are you cool with Pacquiao against Mario Barrios?
I am. I'm cool with it. If I was cool with Manny Pacquiao coming back and fighting Keith Thurman, I'm definitely going to be cool with this one. Barrios is not a puncher. Thurman was a one-time, one of the biggest punchers in boxing. I think he's going to be just fine with Mario Barrios, who we know what he is on the top level. He comes up short. He's been stopped by fighters that are less than Manny Pacquiao, Tank Davis. So I like this fight. I think he's not going to be an overwhelming.
Amir Khan, who once sparred with Pacquiao and also fought Barrios, shared his thoughts on the matchup. "It's a great fight for Mario," he told Sky Sports. "He needs a big fight, and he'll get paid while facing a legend like Manny Pacquiao. Who would say no to that? Mario deserves this because every fighter wants that big payday. It's a fantastic opportunity for him." But Khan also warned about Pacquiao's current state in 2024. "I'm not sure how much Manny is left. If they were both in their prime, I'd say Pacquiao all day. But this could be a tough fight for Manny. He's been out of the ring for a long time, and the question is, does he still have that fire?"
Aimed at themselves for sanctioning Manny Pacquiao and Mario Barrios, bro. This is what's wrong. This is one of the things that's wrong with the sport, bro. Straight up, like, this is beneath any sport that's supposed to be professional that wants itself to be taken serious. Manny Pacquiao fighting for a world championship should be beneath boxing, bro. Absolute garbage. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. I seen it on BoxingScene.com, man. Talking about I'm back. Back for what?
For Khan, the smarter choice for Pacquiao would have been to fight someone closer to his own age. Maybe even Khan himself, who's also retired now. He called this matchup risky and hinted at what many in boxing feel but don't say out loud. This fight might be going too far. But he also pointed out that Pacquiao isn't like most fighters. He built his career by doing the unexpected, beating bigger fighters like Antonio Margarito and outboxing younger stars like Keith Thurman, even when the odds were against him. So, despite the age, size, and momentum all favoring Barrios, Pacquiao is still standing strong and ready to fight.
Oscar's comeback. He's coming back.
Yeah, 40 seconds. Thank you.
The WBC title at 147.
Thank you so much. I wish him all the best. Quadra, I love him.
Can he do it?
Quadra?
Can he do it? Absolutely.
That's a Mexican brand.
Manny Pacquiao's
Oscar needs.
He's a legend, you know.
Some nice ones. Thank you.
He's a legend. I think he can do it. Absolutely. I mean, it's not gonna be easy, but I think he can do it. Yeah.
He's not just after a title. He's fighting for something deeper, his own sense of meaning and the belief that he still deserves to be in boxing's biggest spotlight. Whether that belief can stand up against a taller, faster, and more active opponent is yet to be decided. What do you think about the fight? Share your thoughts below and subscribe for the latest updates.